the jatas, because I think that way you'll understand, and I'm gonna because this other for others also I record so that they will understand. So in recovery, how you say you feel you are not sleeping, thermoregulation issues, temperatures out of sort.
Very bad.
So think of mind actually is the center, and it's not an organ. If you understand the difference between brain and mind, you'll understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's
Do
why.
You have literature I can read about that?
I wrote a book about it.
Hey.
Took me 16 years to write it, but I haven't even started teaching it. Like my teacher says, I bought all the suitcases. I haven't even opened it. So same way. This is $100 because it took me my lifetime. And you cannot use it. I have given it free to people.
Really?
They don't even know. It's all online, free. But people cannot use it because it's extensive knowledge. It's like, what would you do? Because it took me, acupuncture took me 5 years to learn. Acupuncture school is 5 years.
You do it?
Yeah. I do micros.
Acupuncture helped me because I went to a place before I did it. I was so sick. Okay, I was day 2. And it was a place that gave me methadone and Librium. It didn't touch me. Okay, the 30 milligrams. I was so sick. They brought me here and they gave me an IV. And then they gave me acupuncture. I felt like a new man.
Nice.
It really does work.
So the influence of sun and moon on mind center. So we are influenced because we have 13 lunar cycles in the year, calendar year.
Okay.
And each 11th day, today is 11th day.
So wait, you're saying the lunar 13 of them, this has to do with your mind?
No.
And the environment?
You need to listen without coming to conclusion.
Okay,
that's the first thing.
Okay.
Because you haven't even started listening.
Sure,
how would you know?
I'm sorry. You're saying the environment.
You don't need to be sorry because you have no idea what is happening.
No.
So you just need to listen.
Okay.
Listening is the ability to have an open mind and not coming into conclusion. Okay. And that being said, when the full moon and new moon comes, the sea acts. It's called tide.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
So you will have low tide, high tide, and even in a single day you have multiple low tides like that. So it's not on 13 lunar cycles.
Yeah.
It is even per day we alter. But during full moon, new moon, the tides are higher, right?
Gotcha.
So same thing happens inside us, and that is activated as a mind spinning out of control.
Okay.
So before full moon, the mind is like a drone. Think of it that way.
Sure.
And you are the person who's controlling. The mind can be controlled up and down. So if you put it in your 6 organs, you can get activated and get the desires. If you put it in the heart, your heart melts, you cry.
Wait, did you say 6 organs or sex?
Sex.
Okay.
So you get like excited because you're using the drone to go there. Think of it that way, okay?
I got you.
That's why I'm very gross, because that way you get it immediately. And then if you go into root chakra, you will say, okay, I need to put in 8 hours of work. I'm going to get my work done, so I'll get paid. So each center, you can make it go up and down. So the mind is a drone. If you think that way, you'll get what I'm talking about.
Okay, that's a good analogy.
Mind travels up and down. This is from ancient wisdom. And during the 11th day, it finds home in Ajna center before the full moon, bright time. So you will have big concepts, you'll have a clear understanding. ADD will shrink and you'll be more focused and you'll get things done. And during new moon, the mind center will go into the heart. Okay. So that means you will have the love, you'll have the connection, you'll pay attention to your wife or girlfriend or your children. So you'll be more plugged in. So if you understand these two, today is the 11th day. The reason I'm bringing it up is if you don't reset yourself today, if you have unresolved issue, the whole thing is to create sweet memory today. If your memory is still stuck in the past, full moon will be activated. So when you are activated, mind splits. So schizo like you will be like paranoid. angry, upset. People are trying to get you.
Okay.
Government is spying on you.
Yeah.
All the other agenda.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So if you understand it and reset today,
Mhm.
your whole life will be reset.
Now, is that why I think it's Hinduism, they for the mind that you take it in, right? Is that what it is?
Hinduism is a religion.
Yeah.
I follow positive my
Okay.
12 step, but I learn my lessons through my spiritual sponsor is a Hindu.
Yeah.
That's a better way to say it.
Okay.
Because the reason I do not do it, and I'll tell you why they wear that, and then you'll understand.
Okay.
I ran away from India. I'm a rebel. So I don't believe in rituals.
Yeah.
These are rituals, in my opinion. But there is a reason. My teacher corrected me by saying why it needs to be done. He says, if, like the drone, right? Thinking comes from a fish, it seems. A fish can manipulate us.
Yeah.
That's why when you go near the fish tank, all the fishes will be standing and you'll be feeling like feeding them, right?
Sure.
But then the knowledge was transferred to turtle, second avatar,
Okay.
which actually the
Avatar.
water has body of wisdom.
Yeah.
And that was transferred to land.
Okay.
So that's how the land got the wisdom. And then from the land monkeys came, which means the evolution of body happened.
Okay.
And then the monkey wanted to be conscious, so evolution for human beings happened. Now it is psychic evolution, like medium and stuff.
Okay.
So superconscious breakthrough. So he says it's very important for us at this point to work for the right reason.
Okay.
Like in the past, it used to be mighty is right.
Yep.
Now it will be right is always mighty.
Okay.
So doing the right thing,
Yeah.
no matter what. So that's the reason I'm bringing it up.
Okay.
Because in recovery, the mind spins out of control. So
Sure.
we are coming back to that space. And when mind feels out of control,
Yeah.
the brain is trying to capture. That's what is recovery about.
Okay.
And instead of capturing, if you let the mind spin out of control, you're going to tell me, oh, 16 milligram doesn't work, 24 milligram doesn't work.
Yeah.
So this milligram part is
Uh-huh.
mind still spinning. And I'm going to ground you so that I'll understand what is it you need.
Okay.
Because people run their agenda not understanding. I know more than what they know.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm trying to help them understand how they need to be. So brain is different, and what brain needs, mind doesn't know.
So this could be my mom.
Yes.
I'm listening. It just could
No,
be my,
no, you attend.
It
You
could be my
attend.
mother. She's sick.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
So what you give energy and priority to
Mhm.
is what you're going to be. So right now, even though it is something else, you give priority to something else, which just shows that's the reason they wear the red dot, because the fluorides calcifies the pineal gland, which is
Okay.
intuitive. So they want to be in complete awareness. My teacher doesn't sleep 24 hours. My teacher doesn't eat 24 hours. And so he's superhuman being.
Yes, so.
Yes.
So he stays up 24 hours.
Yes, because
Doesn't
actually
he?
by nature
What?
we only
No,
work
he only
with
does this during the. I'm sorry. He only does this during what times?
no, always. He never sleeps.
What?
He works non-stop
Leaving.
because he says as human we only work with 5% of DNA.
Okay.
The brain only 5% we are capturing. We assume the others are junk DNA, but just like a plant able to make photosynthesis, you don't need the body to be nourished to make energy.
Okay.
Same way, you don't need sleep to rest the brain.
Oh man, I don't.
So you use body's intelligence
Yeah.
to run your life. And for me, when I get very manic, I can go without sleep for like I'm like an artist, when I have written like 20 books, and it's not just one topic. I multiple topics I write because
That's
once
amazing.
you understand, you can synthesize yourself much better.
Okay. That's
And
amazing, by the way.
that's because you think you cannot do it.
Yeah.
The amazing part is once it becomes routine for you, you wouldn't care.
Thank you.
You wouldn't feel that way.
So,
So what I am saying is, so the reason, okay, let me come back to why I'm saying about temperature control. So my teacher says when the mind spins out of control, the only thing you need to do is like a weighted blanket. Like he calls us all to wear dreadlocks, because he says when it pulls, every point in brain is more aware, and you'll create more awareness. When you create more awareness, the gray matter in the brain develops a groove which will hold more memory. If you don't, there is a story in India where a couple wanted a child. You want to pick it up?
Oop, no, it just turned back on.
Okay. So when the couple asked God to have a child,
Mhm.
God said, "I'll give you a child who will be very spiritual, but he can only live 16 years. Or I will give demon-like existence, very narcissistic, drug addictive behavior, who will live forever." Which would you choose? They chose. They choose. No, they chose 16 years. They chose 16 years, and when the child was born, he immediately connected with a higher power, and because of that, he knew how to be immortal. See, the thing is, it's not the amount of life, it's what is your legacy.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying, like, it's the shift in thinking is what I'm looking for from you guys.
Mhm.
Because what I am going to do is raise you one more time.
Okay.
You had one mother.
Yeah.
I'm going to be another mother.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you new rules. So we are going to play by different rules. And I'm going to play that video where he talks about Jata. And that way you will understand why it is important in recovery. Okay. And heart and sweats is part of recovery. It's only 2-minute video.
The Kiranagama describes
He's
how the
in India.
Jata is supposed to be done. Why the Jatas? There are many points in the head which need to be constantly pulled, loaded, so inside awareness will be raised to a very high point. See, for
No,
your
you get a
mind
weighted blanket.
to
See, the
possess
thing
the
is, don't
brain
think of limitation.
completely.
Don't ever think of
The
impossibility.
many points of the brain need to be awakened, kept alive. If I have to put it more raw way, how many of you have had the problem of these hot flashes in your life? Hot flashes. Now, even men go through that. It's not that only women during the menopause time go through. Even men go through that. The hot flashes. The hot flash is nothing but your brain trying to recoup from the nervous breakdown.
Okay, if you get that you got it. So what is nervous breakdown? That's recovery, right? He's saying it in another way. So in recovery, if you mask it, you will never ever work with awareness.
Yeah.
The drug will be running your life.
Of course.
So the drug is what is controlling your drone.
Yeah.
So if you want to take over, listen to me and work through it.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I would say. Because I feel personally, recovery is all about creating new, power-filled thinking, understanding, and behaviors.
Okay.
That's why I wrote this Positive Dynamics program, because I feel we always go and say, "Oh, I'm powerless," or this, that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's fine.
That's your excuse. It's an
No,
excuse.
it can be a starting point. You're in kindergarten, but how many years you're going to be in kindergarten? You need to be going to the next level, right? So the next level is I made a choice which is based on powerful understanding of my problem. So that's what we are working on. Okay?
Sure. I'm so glad to get my doctor right now. No, most doctors just, there you go, wait up. No, I like this. Thank
So
you.
today, if you act and reset yourself, full moon, you are not going to be activated. And full moon, actually today I'll share stories with you. So there is another one I wanted to bring up, which actually we were watching just before you came. This guy, and I want you to watch this video right now.
Evil intent by Satan, because Satan realized that Adam is not falling.
It's not trying to get.
No.
Okay, good. Okay.
And but he was kind of fighting with Lilith, because Lilith kept him in balance. And so he created a second wife for Adam, an artificial creature that was kind of designed as the perfect sexual match and the perfect match for Adam. And he just managed to convince Adam to expel Lilith and take Eve.
Okay, so this is another video. Okay, so then I'm going to talk to you about another one.
Snake, the serpent. God has done it already. He provoked. All these governments should make an effort that better drugs are available, which give you more euphoria, more joy, and no side effects available, which give you
What?
He provoked all these governments. It was impossible, but prohibiting it and then dumping the whole thing on the poor snake, the serpent. God has done it already.
He says by provoking,
He provoked
great attraction.
all these governments.
So he is bringing up serpent, right?
Yeah.
So then I'm going to show you a third article, which is very fascinating. This is the story today, March 27th.
Yeah.
And today, if you're conscious and reset your mind, you will understand what is conditional versus unconditional love.
Okay.
Because Adam and Eve had a conditional love.
Yeah.
So it's very lustful.
Yeah.
Whereas Adam and his first wife had a unconditional love because she loved him.
I get that.
So what happened is, according to the ancient mythology in India, the same story is told, but it's trillion years old.
Yeah.
In this story, he says one time Gandharva is fantasy land, okay?
Okay.
There was a couple who was singing and dancing. Lalit, who's the husband, who's the Adam, is singing, but she was dancing instead. Okay. And because of that, he felt that he was lost. So he went into tears and he forgot his own words and he became driven to go into deep depression. Okay.
Yeah.
So he was so depressed, he went down to the earth, under earth. And that's when he meets the serpent. So the serpent says to him, you have spoiled, because of your attachment to your wife, the rhythm of this party. So I curse you to become a cannibal. Let's assume that's when the meat eating started. They call apple. I have no idea what the heck it means. Okay? So because of the serpentine character, Lalit becomes a demon. So in another way to say it is, he was committing adultery and he was caught because he was a catfish.
Yeah.
Right? He was in catfish. And then, but when he comes back to his wife, knowing he has committed a sin, he still was not humble. She's embarrassed, but she's forced to live with her husband because the serpent has banned him to go into the forest. And so they are banished, but she goes, but she doesn't want him to be addicted to this drug, whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
So she wants him to recover. Let's assume she went into deep addiction. He became a demon. Who knows? He was a cocaine addict. Who knows?
You like apples?
So whatever it is, he was addicted. So she goes and she says, please, my husband is cursed by a ferocious serpent, is a demon. Please, you should have an ability to somehow remove this horrendous affliction and heal him. So what he says is, I will give you a technique. Today you reset your brain, Easter time, right? The full moon, Lent time, you'll be healed. She says, instead of healing me, I will transfer that feeling to my husband.
Okay.
That's what is unconditional love. So when she says that, today, if you reset it consciously, you will not be engaging in a way that makes other people's emotion and thinking and voices control you.
Okay.
You'll be your own master of emotion. You'll be running your own agenda. You'll be your own leader.
So this,
taking responsibility happens today.
So they say now, like unconditional love is you're putting the person ahead of you.
No. Unconditional love is only doing what is right. Remember how I said mighty is right?
Yes.
From today, it's right is mighty. Let's say unconditional love means I need to go to the meeting knowing my wife is going to be upset at me, but this is important because to be a better husband, I need to take care of this first, and then I'll come back. And if this relationship is going to test trials, she's going to be by my side tomorrow. So don't be drawn in, because once you get healthy, your family will get sick because they have been seeing you so doped out, not engaged. Tomorrow you wake up, oh my God, you spent $15 on your nail polish. How dare you? So like fights start, right? So they would rather you be out of sync because it makes it easier for them. So now, not only you're going to catch up.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So much sense. It does.
So, because I am the other side of recovery, my husband is in recovery. Otherwise, I would never even got here. I wrote a book called Boring Way to Be Happy with a Dysfunctional Family. This is my life.
Let me ask you a question.
This is my life. We were living in a hotel with me and my 3 kids.
I don't want to get too personal. You don't have to answer the question, obviously.
There's nothing personal. We are old.
What was your husband's drug of choice? Alcohol?
I think he has done everything. His
right.
parents, his father,
His
father. So my husband's father used to drink, and so he started drinking when he was 11 years old.
Do you believe that it?
Yes, my son has problems with alcohol already. He's going through a lot of correction program. He lost his license to drive, or rather, I shouldn't say license to drive. We took away his car because he one day got under the wheel, thank God he didn't get into any problem. But I asked him, he was in a party. I told him, don't get into the car. He said he got hungry. He wanted to go to McDonald's.
We always want to go to McDonald's.
And that's how he got into trouble. So thank God. So because of that, I think he did stop in the police car. Wanted to stop.
Did he go to jail?
No, actually, the cop was so nice because he knew that because my son was a newspaper. He is a sprinter, and so he is very popular.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm from Ashland.
Nice.
Well, I'm not from Ashland. I live in Ashland. I do swimming pools in Halston all the time.
Very nice. My son actually.
I do. I do. Phil Lipoff. He lives in Halston. I do his pool. J.C. Monahan. These are all people on the news. Maria Stefanos. She lives in Halston.
That's my son. I'm gonna show you.
You guys better figure this out.
That's my son.
On to question
He's
number 3.
popular.
126.
Who was the strongest man in HHS?
That's my son.
And I told him, this patty's raw meat. Holy mackerel, what is this?
Oh, no.
He was.
That's your son.
Showcase empty.
Excuse
Like
me?
he was all time honorary.
You mind? I'm trying to read a book.
So he was He wants to be a lawyer.
Just 20 years ago, but I was a very good baseball player.
And he's also a jazz musician. I mean, not jazz, a rapper.
Oh, play
He
the
does-
guitar myself.
He actually raps. He had released.
Cabo Huesos.
He synthesizes music. That's his voice. He will come in.
Listen up, y'all. This is kid. The heat that was throwing kids. So red shit. Double mission definition making that is local. And we are
So he presided, he sang, he danced. So he's all-time athlete. So he was someone. See, the thing is, he went to the top. He fell to the bottom
Me
too,
too.
because they stripped him after this when he was found. Because when they when his school found out just 3 months before, they took him his captainship. He lost his captainship. He was forbidden to come to the football ground. So, like I'm saying, it's very easy to be up on top, very easy to fall down. So now he wants to be a lawyer. He's in the college. He's not driving. His car is taken away from him, and they went to the court. I mean, the police said they're not going to press charges because they all loved him. So the judge said for him to do 6 months dysfunctional youth services. UIS, and then 3-month counseling, and 3 months off the grounds, which he graduated. Thank God they didn't keep him. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
And by the time he already got accepted in the college, so it did, and they said they wouldn't transfer these issues. And then eventually, my husband said he's not allowed to join first year.
That's right, yeah.
And so, but you know what I'm saying is, recovery is about recapturing the right values. So I am going to teach you how to do that. So don't argue with me how many milligram you're going to get.
I won't.
Okay. And I am going to watch out for you. Just like you, I just like sports coach, I'm going to tell you, hey, this is the rules. You go play and come and say, coach, it didn't work for me. I'm not winning.
Yeah.
So we will have a plan. That doesn't mean I am finding fault with you.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean you are bad. There is no agenda. I don't have an agenda.
Okay.
Except to
Why
see you
would you?
through.
Yeah, why would you?
Okay. So I'm not doing this because insurance pays me. I'm not
Yeah.
doing this I am here for you 100%. If you're here for you 100%, we will win this.
I'm here for me. My fiance had a very